Exponential expansion. We are living in the most exciting time in human history, and let's get into why that is. You know, in recent conversations, I've shared with people something I deeply, just intuitively, instinctively feel. And what I've been feeling is that if we go back to the classical Renaissance era and we measure the amount of innovation that's happening since then, all the way up to now in present day, I believe that same amount of innovation will happen in our lifetime on our path to global abundance. And the interesting thing is, a friend recently, Jay Singh, shout out, shared this video with me from the famous historian Neil Ferguson of him giving the data of why that actually is the case. So let's take a look at that. What he shows, and the video is down below, is that we are living in a time that's actually closer to the 15th century, which is the classical Renaissance era. And when the printing of books became widely available, we saw an increase as shown in this chart. And since the personal computer has been released, we're seeing the same growth. Yet the only thing here is that we are moving at 10 times faster than we were back then. We're living in an age where things are happening 10 times faster than any time before. And intuitively, just common sense wise, we know that to be true because we're seeing things change before our very eyes within the last years, within the last 5 years. So when you take a look at your global goal, what I challenge you to do is to keep this in mind, the exponential expansion that we have, that we're living in right now. Because with 10x speed, which I actually believe it's going to increase to even more than that, but let's just do the low ballpark here, which is 10x, that means 500 years of progress in 50 years. 500 years of progress in 50 years, which the latter part of the classical Renaissance to now is roughly around 500 years. So we can see that in the next 50 years, we can make that jump just like we've seen from that it took 500 years from the classical Renaissance to now. And that's just 50 years. With life extension technology, people living longer, more vibrant, strong lives, what'll happen in 100 years? Well, that's 1,000 years of traditional human progress. 1,000 years of progress compressed down to 100 years. And again, that's only at 10x. I believe we'll increase to more than that. So when you look at these global goals, and it might seem like a big problem, which each of them are, many different layers, just understand that technology and just the rate that humanity is moving right now, we're moving fast. And that's why I got a red shirt on, because we're on fire. We're moving fast like a rocket. And that's why it's up to us to channel this energy in the right way or not. So when you think of your global goal, I invite you, I challenge you to expand what's possible, because what's possible now at this time in human history wasn't really possible in the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s. It just wasn't. There wasn't enough cultural, societal technology and awareness available. And right now we're at that merging point with exponential technology and exponential psychology, merging them together. So take a look at which global goal yours is, and let's see what's really possible. And imagine, okay, what would 1,000 years of progress look like? What would 500? And you can look back and see, okay, what would 50 years of normal progress look like? Well, looks like that can be achieved in 10. We're living in an exponential era, and that's why this is the greatest time, the greatest exciting, most exciting time in human history to be alive.